the stream. The stream beginneth. Announce there. Okie dokie. More work on video integration. What the hell was that accent supposed to be? Almost there. Making good progress. Not a lot more to do. Obviously, endless testing to do once I have things more or less in place, but we are quite close to having things more or less in place. So we are far, far closer to done than we are to, I don't know, the start. So, step one, I would like to make sure that this very reliably makes certain that you are actually recording video if you ask to record video. So in particular, if I turn off these, and then we rejoin, so that's like it's a default setting, then when we join, it should do nothing. Super cool. Okay. Off to a fantastic start. How was that supposed to work? There's a panel specifically for logging in. Administration. No, there isn't. It's the generic, please, yeah. Shoot, that means it's going to be hard to track down what's gone awry here. What's supposed to happen is that somewhere along the main initialization point, it checks. I guess it's probably part of. It's definitely this. Yeah. Is it actually in init cloud storage or? Yeah. Yeah, this is... Okay, right. So what I need... let me think carefully here. Right, so the way this works... Okay, what I should do... I'm just going to keep on almost making sounds and then not quite make sounds. This should check if you're in recording mode, and if you are, you need to have something checked. And I suppose it makes sense for that to be here. No, not here, because this is the like master constant. It does that all the time. Yeah. So probably it should be here. Mast UI. So if we are accepting remote video and we are not saving video in the cloud and we are not saving video to a local directory and we are not downloading the video live, then we will set save video in cloud to true, so that when we attempt to actually configure the interface, it should pop up a window that tells you, hey, you should probably actually like check one of these things. The video recording interface will also checks that, and it'll fall back to downloading it live if nothing else. But that's not like that's the worst option because it's fragile and it doesn't support the rest of the like interface to mux everything together nicely. I didn't even make install. Let's see. Yes, good. It did the right thing. Yes, okay. Maybe you should have a better message than just cloud storage, but, you know, we'll worry about that in a moment. And so if I click, for example, Google Drive, then it just freezes and doesn't do anything. Cool, cool. That's pretty good. Okay, it's not too surprising that that did what that just did. What I'm going to need to do is on that first load. Dang it. Okay. Are you kidding me? Boy, nothing's working today. That says failed to log in. And this just has a cancel button that didn't correctly go away. Why is that not working now? Why is that not working now? Oh, geez, why is that not working now? Wait. What would be happening is that's not correctly communicating the key across saved across the local storage, but I'm unsure how. Non-local forage. This is 013, which I think is the latest version. Yeah. So I don't somehow have the wrong version or anything. There was like no error messages given here. It was just nothing. This is exactly the kind of thing that needs to be dealt with before I release any of this. Yeah, so that just that just thinks that it's already failed, which is like utterly wrong. It hasn't even. Let me go ahead and do this brute force style. My suspicion is, so I talked about issues with cores, issues with the opening policy. I'm betting but why would this not, like, why would this rejected promise not have been percolated through? Oh, of course, it was percolated through. It was percolated through as that error message. This would have thrown an exception if it had actually failed to open, I think. And I think because of cores, it gives me nothing rather than giving me this window. I think that's what's happening. Oh. Well, never mind. So that is open. Is it maybe because it instantly thinks that win.closed is set? That could be the core's behavior that I was not expecting. I'm just brute forcing it. I'm modifying the generated JavaScript, not the source, so don't need to rebuild. Yes, okay. So much for that idea. Yeah, I think the only way to deal with this is just to accept the fact that window.closed is not a useful property to look at. We need, yeah, the cancelability just has to, it has to work with cancelability. That's it. It just has to be cancelable, period. So, given that, I need to go into this OAuth2 code, and what I can say is if it's cancelable, then I won't worry about the closed interval. That's a decent compromise. Do I want that? No, I don't trust that browsers aren't just going to change how they handle on-close. I think I just need to give up on that. Of course. So I need to, in the options, change window open, since it's no longer takes and takeses. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way of getting around that, because this is just not going to tell it that it's actually open. It's just not going to work. So I have to go with that, like, cancelability is a separate thing. That's fine. I'm not that concerned about that. So with that change, that's such a trivial change, I don't even need to, like, do any further testing of this. Like, all I did was tear out a feature. That being said, didn't I have some kind of... lol. Oh, I see. Yeah, this came into that. Okay. I'm going to trust the type system. I'm going to go ahead and do a release of that. Releases happen in a different system, so you won't see that. Since that's a non-backwards compatible change, ridiculously, that's going to be 0.2.0. Oops, let's not have a random file named T lying around. So the reason why that was working in the downloader is that cores doesn't apply there, since I don't need threads. Here, cores applies. Cores has onerous and sometimes bizarre and unpredictable restrictions. So here we are. Okay, let's see where we stand. It has not immediately thought that it had failed. That's good. That should mean that I can log in like so. Yep, LGTM. Okay, so now let's see if I turn that off. Yes, it wants me to log in immediately. So what I should do is add like an optional description here that says, you know, to record video, you need to save it to cloud storage, blah, blah, blah. Is that the way I want to do this? Okay. I'm going to do this in a somewhat bizarre way. this should be a section. Now it's storage description. I think that's all I need to say. And then below here, any day now, Firefox. I'm going to type in the word directory, and then when it says folder instead, I'm going to get angry. Subdirectory left, subdirectory right, but if I want an actual directory image, I have to say folder. I'm going to go with folder open. I have very stupid reasons for hating the word folder. Basically, it literally is a directory. Like, by the normal English definition of the word directory, what this thing is a directory. That's what directories are. And directory is an older term than folder. Like, it's just a better term. But because a directory is too abstract a concept for it to have an icon, the icon, quite naturally and quite correctly, became a folder. And then people started calling them folders. The thing is, this isn't the directory. This is a representation of this is unorganized. Directories are indices. Anyway. Oh yes, and I want this to be display none. I will display it if I need to display it. And in fact, I also want this to be display none. What did I just do? And I probably want this to be class row as well. Okay, in the master UI, which is some places called master and some places called host. Oh, it's not in there. It's not in there. It's in the cloud storage. Yeah. Local directory is called FSDH because it's a file system directory handle. So that's the code name for it. Now what I need is that over here, I'm going to have a new option here. Oh, something else I need. Okay, so oops. All of this belongs not in the normal FSDH option, which is, yep, what I'm looking at. I was like, this doesn't add up. This should all be in the cloud storage option. Even though this is an alternative to cloud storage, it's using that dialog. So. Okay, so here's where it pops up the panel. On clock. And then I want to, in the master panel, save video in cloud becomes false. Save video in local directory becomes true. Then in main, that's kind of, there's an issue I didn't contend with here. I think this is still correct. It's just not quite going to work quite how I quite thought it quite was quite. I think it's in util. Yes. You know what? I don't need to check if it's Chrome. I only need to check if that exists. Show directory picker, right? Poiker. Puker. Yes. Okay, so here's how this is going to have to go a little bit strange. think my logic works here. What I'm concerned about is transient activation. Let me just try this, because there's like 2 layers of transient activation here, so I'm not quite sure what's going to actually happen. Like, it should have transient activation, because it just does. Like, if I'm there, that means I just clicked a button. How could I possibly not have transient activation? That's profoundly broken. Oh, okay. I probably just had something incorrect. Description is correct. FSDH button. Those are both correct. Cloud storage desk. Cloud storage FSDH button. Okay. I have to check what was actually null rather than just assuming I knew what I was talking about. So it is FSDH. Cloud storage FSDH button. Cloud storage FS. Well, it's definitely not that. Storage. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I see. Oh, I was inconsistent. Ugh. Oh, I see. I didn't feel the need to call Google Drive cloud storage Google Drive or whatever, but WebDAV isn't necessarily cloud storage, so I put the word cloud there to make it clear to myself. And FSDH is definitely not cloud storage. I think I'm going to go with naming this cloud storage FSDH button because this is the FSDH button within the cloud storage menu, even though it is not itself cloud storage. How's that for tortured logic? Tortured logic is the best kind of logic. All logic deserves torture. Ew, that's a bit ugly. Maybe it's not so bad. And then that completely fails. Oh, yeah. Oh, dear. Everything is terribly awry. Yeah, I think I know exactly what's happening there, but I truly have no clue what to do about it. You know what? I'm just gonna hack and slash it. What? Oh, that's right. I remember how these work. It's unavoidably and necessarily bizarre, but it is bizarre. Well, I don't like this. Ew, ew, gross, ew, gross, ugh, nasty, ugh. I am committing sins here. Please, please forgive my sins. That was a surprising result. What? Every part of that was deeply confusing. I have no idea what just happened at all. Now, it's definitely checked since I just made it so. I truly only have the bizarrest sense, the slightest sense of what's going on because it's bizarre. That's what I was perhaps trying to say. So I'm gonna do something more than a little bit wackadoo here. What is happening? I need more debugging. I need more debug logging. Let's do one of, you know what, I can do this just in the, oh no, I actually can't. Well, yes I can. I very rarely do this here, because I don't particularly like Chrome's integrated debugger, but we're going to do it here. F equals, yeah, that wasn't going to work. SDH storage. Not that one. Yes, this one. This is the version of my usual ABC log messages that can be done in the actual debugger. I don't like doing it in the debugger because they tend to drift and just do all sorts of weird crap. It never made it to any of them. Wow, that was annoying. Something just botched and my microphone disconnected, and it really did not want to reconnect to OBS. I think what I'm going to do is set a traditional breakpoint there and see where that actually gets off to, because something is quite amiss here. This isn't the worst thing ever. What? Oh, I put that in the wrong place. Now it worked. What do you mean now it worked? What the hell? Oh, is it, well, no, because I've got the panel hidden here. Maybe it's, okay. It's a conflict, because this is requesting transient activation, and that's requesting transient activation. Oh, this hasn't even requested transient activation yet, has it? Because this panel... Oh. Well, this is very annoying. What's the right way to do this? Okay, that is how you defer with these barriers. And while this is a little bit gross, I feel like I've seen far more gross than this. Yeah, I think what I was doing before could have accidentally worked, but it would have been wildly incorrect and stupid. Wait, God, that was 100% wrong. Well, that's much worse. Thank you. Perfect. Stunning failure. Staggering degree of failure. me think carefully. I'm really confused. Yes, that all looks correct. You know what? This is all terrible. I don't want any of this. And then I can just handle it in a better way here. Okay, so only show it if it's not already asked for. Make this slightly less ugly, please. Just a little bit less ugly. It's not already asked for. And we actually have the ability to do it. Oh, but it's not show FDH that I want. It's FDH callback. And if I want it, This isn't the worst piece of code I or anyone else has ever written. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, going to suffer with a little bit more indentation hell just to make it clear what I'm actually doing there. Now, if we get to this point and it's requested FSDH, then that means we actually want to redo this. And that way it's not sort of competing with itself like it was before, which was madness. And I think that that is a less absurd way to do it. I mean, don't get me wrong, still plenty absurd, but it's a less absurd way to do it. And now I need to just type random characters, I guess. No, FSDH callback. So if you did do this, then I do actually want to, I suppose cancel is going to set that automatically, right? Yes. So what I'm going to do is okay. This is all bad, and I hate every part of it. The spaghettification of the code is complete. How is this possible? I no longer have this wackadoo indirect call. I need to think for quite a bit. Well, you know what? We just hit an hour and this is a total mess, so I'm going to call that stream over.